people, Babbling Rick here with Aardvark Treasures. Thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. I'm going to talk about the different formats that I'm selling on right now as a reseller. I'm going to talk about the different treasures I found over the years, over the last 30 years. I'm a treasure hunter and have been for quite a long time, so I'll probably be bringing in stories, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them and see some of the stuff that I've dug up over the years as a treasure hunter. I was forced to retire, and so I just get to do what I always loved to do, reselling. Now what I'll be doing, obviously, is I'll be airing as much video as I can from my garage sales, my estate sales, Salvation Armies, different places where I source, just like any of the other channels you're watching. Also, I will be talking about my treasures. But right now I'm selling on eBay as Aardvark Treasures. I'm selling on Poshmark as Aardvark Treasures. And I have a second closet in Poshmark called Natural and Lovely. Now what I did is I split those two closets up in Poshmark because one, Natural and Lovely, is more the clothing line, jewelry, whatever. And of course the Aardvark Treasures is more of the home goods, action figures, that sort of thing in Aardvark Treasures on Poshmark. And of course eBay is the whole gambit. Over the years, everything I've been collecting, which is old school stuff to you guys, you've heard it all before. My wife going, what are you going to do with all this stuff? And, even sometimes I would also say, man, what am I going to do with all this stuff? I mean, I'm going to sell it. It's stuff I don't want to sell at garage sales. I've been with eBay since it started. But since 1991, I was really into numismatic. So I was selling a lot of coinage, very sought after coins, tin types, daguerreotypes, types, all kinds of cool stuff. I couldn't sell at a garage sale. And I sure as heck wouldn't go to your nearest coin dealer and sell them to them. This is treasure to me. And I know exactly what I need to do, and along came eBay. So I really appreciate that. The only thing I was worried about is when eBay started, let's say the Morgans. Okay, you've got your Morgan silver dollars, and I had key dates. Luckily, since it was the beginning, I was able to get my full buck for those coins. And back then, you had to wait for your check to be cashed or your money order. You had to make sure it cleared before you sent the item. I mean, it was a real pain in the butt. But things have changed, obviously. It's like a whole new experience at that time. So I think everyone had an experience of one way or the other with eBay. But anyway, on those coins, I was really a little afraid that, like the Morgans, like I said, for instance, the coinage started coming out, and all of a sudden there was a multitude of coins, especially in the Morgans, and I was really afraid it was going to bring the price down. So we knew how many were pressed of the coin, obviously, because it's listed how many were actually pressed. But the thing is, we never really knew how much was out there. So really afraid it was going to bring that price down. But fortunately, it didn't. There were collectors out there and people that just wanted these coins. And so it turned out to be really good. But anyway, as you know, eBay was an eye-opening for all of us. Back in the day, I started reselling when I was a kid. You're talking about in the late 60s with my dad going to garage sales, going to flea markets. We actually had flea markets back then in Southern California. And not to mention garage sales. And then we'd go back to swap meets or whatever and sell this stuff and do what we do today. Go to other, vendors out there and purchase stuff and resell. In all, it was pretty groovy, man. That's what turned me on to reselling. It was just the best experience I've ever had. So I appreciate that time. I really do. Also, in the 70s, I started the dumpster diving thing. It was great. As time went on, from dumpster diving to, in the early 80s, I started buying storage units, which was really not that popular back then. Not too many people were really into it. So we picked up a lot of good stuff. Unfortunately, back then, we didn't have the cameras. For instance, treasure hunting. I'm not going to carry no 40-pound camera on my shoulder while I'm digging in the mines in Calico. It's just not going to happen. So, we had no footage. So all I have is pictures and stories and stuff I have, sitting on my walls, of the different things I found. So today, I'm going to also go through, this weekend, I did some filming. The footage was kind of screwed up though. So I only have one from Salvation Army that I went to and did some treasure hunting there. Unfortunately, my garage sales, the SD card took a dump. So I lost everything. And so all I have now is my cell phone, of all things. And I did use that when I went into the Salvation Army, so I got a little bit of footage of me treasure hunting inside there. So, hey, there's a spider. What the heck? Freaking daddy long leg, man. It scared the crap out of me. I thought it was a flying spider. That's stupid. Anyway, so we'll get into that. Let me get my glasses on. I'm really blind in one eye and can't see out the other. So this weekend at the Salvation Army, I picked up some really groovy stuff. This is a Sony camera that I picked up, a Sony Handycam. It's a TRV 99. And the only jacked up part of this box is just what you see right here in the end. They didn't even punch out the strap in order to carry it home or take it from the car to the house. But this is brand new, brand new. The tag on it was $12.99. It was half off, so I got it for $6.50. As you can see, there it is. It's got all the tags still attached to it. It's got the plastic on the light. The viewfinder, of course, is adjustable. And it's a solar viewfinder. I'm not really up on that, on what the solar has to do with anything. But it does have a 4-inch color LCD. And it also is adjustable, so you can monitor while you film. And it's got the different functions on the inside, too. Also, the functions are in the back here, multiple. I mean, I couldn't tell you what they all are. It also has a built-in lens, which is really cool, shutter cover. And let me see if I can get it to work. There you go. So anyway, it also has the strap and so on. Oh, the only thing it didn't come with it is the shoulder strap, but I do have everything else. Again, this is brand spanking new, never used, in the box, still in the bag, and all the styrofoam. The accessories has everything. It's got a dry battery pack for your AA battery. In fact, it even has let me see, AA battery still in there. But it's a dry pack for the batteries. Also have the wireless remote control, transformer, power cord, and the rechargeable battery. Again, like I said, the only thing it doesn't have is the strap. Oh, and it doesn't have the manual either, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and probably download that and put it on a SD drive or something for them. That's not very difficult to do, but that was a really, really cool find. I'm going to break in here for a minute. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I picked up for this camera. I forgot to mention, this is 25 years old. And the comps look pretty high, but you can see the first one at the top there is parts. And all three of them are pre-owned, and they're still asking for over $200 for that. Now this particular camera, like I stated before, is brand new, so I'm not sure. I'm going to do some more investigation. But I went out to the Goodwill of all places, a place I don't like to go, and I found a camera case for it. I also had found a strap for the, which it was missing. And of course I downloaded the manual here on this SD card. All the rest, you get the remote control, camera of course, the power, transformer, and of course the power cord, rechargeable battery, V cable, and the dry battery case, the batteries for the remote control, and of course the light. So in all, it's complete. And we'll just have to see how much I'm going to get for it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the smaller stuff and get that out of the way so I can move on to the garage sale stuff. Let's start right here with this. It's a Bass Pro Shop cup mug. It says, "Don't tread on me." It's a cool cup. I really like this one, actually. I wouldn't mind keeping it for myself. It's in fantastic shape. Actually, I think it's new. It hasn't even been used, probably. But in all, it's a great cup. Show you the back there. Is that upside down? Yeah, it sure is. Here, there you go. So there's Bass Pro, and I got it for $1.99. So I should get around $14 for that. And I have another one here that's really cool. It's the Wild Wings, and it's a mug where they it's embossed, actually embossed the characters on the mug. You can see how it's embossed. Maybe I can get that in there so you can see what it looks like. It's really cool. From what I understand, they're pretty much a collector's item for those who do collect mugs, you know, coffee cups and mugs or whatever. But again, it's Wild Wings. There's the bottom there. And these mugs are created from paintings by Rosemary Millette. I guess she's a pretty famous painter with this kind of stuff here. Anyway, the name of the mug is, let's see, it's from the painting Mule Deer. But isn't that neat? Isn't that neat? That's really cool. This next thing here I have also from the Salvation Army. It's pretty cool. It's very light. But here's a set of headphones. Okay. And a mic. Now, I needed a set of headphones and a mic for, actually, it's right up behind me there. It's right there. I needed that. It's for a Disney karaoke machine. And I needed the headphones and a mic for it. And I've been waiting for so long to find something. I finally did. So I got both of these here for $4.99 was the price. And it was white tagged. They put them together. It's by Gabby Goods. And I got them for, let's see, $2.50 for both of them. So that's pretty cool. So that's that. Okay, now I have a trophy. I'm kind of bummed out because when I picked it up this morning, this is what happened. It fell off. This thing's pretty heavy, actually. The wood alone's really heavy. I don't know what it's made of. You can see the bottom of it. And this is heavy itself. I think it's probably made of ceramic. And not ceramic, but plaster. And then they painted it up in silver and gold. But you can see that the trophy is for the Most Honest Team 2009 Boys and Girls Club Golf Classic. The Most Honest Team. What's that tell you? A lot of cheaters out there, them kids? Oh, that's a bummer. I don't think so, but it's kind of funny that, hey, Mom, look what we got. Most Honest Team. Oh, he didn't get caught, huh? Anyway, but it's pretty cool. It's got a little guy on there. Looks like he's kind of wondering whether or not he should, you know, kind of toss that into the little hole or blow it into the cup. No one can see it, obviously. He's crowding it pretty hard. So he's just tempted, you know. But obviously he didn't because he's one of the most honest guys out there. Here's the whole thing. Let me just show you the rear end of it. Anyway, it's pretty cool looking, actually. So I have no idea what this can possibly go for, but I'll look. And if I find the comps on it, I'll go ahead and put it up. That's that. Let's see what else I got here. Okay, so next here I have a a NASCAR hat. It's kind of cool in here. It's one of them I usually come to. Let's scope it out. Came over by the hats. There you go. What's this? I don't know about that. It's looks like it's Vietnam. No, I think I'll pass on that. Their hats are going for around $4.99. So, oh, here you go. This is here. That's an Adidas hat. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, it's a large, extra large. A little bit of stuff right here. I don't know if that's Arizona or not, University. But it's brand new. It's got its tags. So I might go ahead and pick that one up. But I think I can go with that. Yeah, I think I'll take that one. Let's see what else. Oh, look at that. There's a Vegas hat. It's kind of funny. I just got back from Vegas at the Trash to Cash bash. NC picker, Commonwealth picker. Kind of nostalgic for me since I actually went to my first resale meeting in Las Vegas. So yeah, I think I might just take that for the fun of it. Just hold on to it. It's actually in pretty good condition. Let's see. This one-handed is kind of jacking me up a little bit here. Let's see what this says. Okay, it's USA. Actually, that's a pretty groovy hat. Let's see what I can do with that. So there's another one. Yeah, those are kind of funny. I grabbed a few of those a couple weeks back. Let's see. So, a New Era hat there. Number 4. What's that say? Coven Horsick? Shoot, I don't know. I have no idea, but that's not too shabby. Oh, it's a yellow tag. There's 50% off today. Shot me to get it for $2. I think I'm gonna go for it. That's kind of groovy. Yes, info on it. It's actually in really good shape, like new. So let me see what the sign. Oh, it's a NASCAR. Son of a gun. Yeah, it's NASCAR. Number 4. We'll find out who that is. Yeah, I think I'll take that one also. Huh. Not too shabby. All right then. We'll just keep moving. It's really cool. This one's in great shape. You know, I dig watching NASCAR. I really do, but I don't really know any of the drivers. I mean, obviously, you heard of quite a bit of the famous ones. This is Kevin Harvick, and he's number 4 with NASCAR. You see again, it's a snapback. There's his signature. And I don't think it's actually. Oh yeah, it is embroidered. There's no wear and tear on it whatsoever. As you can see, the bill and everything is just fantastic. So it's a really, really nice hat. I got this for, it was $4.99 half price, which is $2.50. So it's definitely worth that one. Next hat here is kind of strange. Let me grab it. It's another button top, okay? And it's an Adidas hat. And you got the price tag right there. It's a nice hat. It's got the letter A. Now, it's not Arizona, I don't think. I haven't found this particular type of A logo anywhere on the internet. It is a fitted hat. It's got a little bit of a stain right here on the bill, but other than that, there's really nothing else wrong with it. It's a fantastic hat. This one here is a Star Wars logo beanie. The logo is Galactic Empire, I think. It's a cuffed beanie. As you can see, the Empire strikes back. No, it's actually the Galactic Empire logo. Great shape. Again, cuffed. Inside, there you go. Oh, the price tag. Okay, oh, white label. That was $6.99. I got it for $3.50. There's the Star Wars label. And it's in like brand new, really. So it's kind of groovy, actually. I won't put it on because I don't like these. Anyway, my hair will get all messed up. Anyway, there it is. So I'll get the comps up on that. See what we can get for it. This also came from Salvation Army. They had a nice selection of electronics there. DVD players, CD players. I'm not really into that much, so I didn't really pick up on a lot of those. Anyway, they're missing all the, cords and all that kind of crap, remote controls. But I did find a couple of cool things, and this is one of them. Let me get this in so you can see what it is. It's actually an Eco 950B, as in Bravo. It's a resistance capacitance comparator bridge. What it does is it tests capacitors. It can also do resistance checks and also inductors and stuff like that, but mainly a capacitor tester. And you can see I had to, when I first got it, it wasn't really working. So I tore into it, and believe me, you don't want to tear into these, and if you don't know what you're doing, because this thing goes up to like 500 volts, and you don't want to actually touch that, because if you do, you could be pretty jacked up. So I was able to go ahead and get it running. What it was is this eye up here. It's a eye tube. You'll see it start to light up in green. See if I can get that to show you. There you go. And that wasn't working when I first plugged it in. So when I took it apart, I noticed that somehow the tube got disconnected inside there. So, you just don't want to grab, these tubes will hold some voltage, and you've got some big capacitors in there that also hold voltage, so you don't want to just throw your hands in there. So I suggest nobody getting into this thing unless you know what you're doing. And anyway, so I was able to ground it and get any residual electricity out of this before I touched it. Then I plugged it in, put it back together. Sure enough, there it is. It turns on. So you can adjust the voltage here from like 20 volts to all the way up to 500. And this right here, let's say, that's about 120, I think, and so on and so forth. I don't want to keep it on, but yeah, you can test the capacitors. It's running, and so old. It's like from 1958. I'm going to turn it off. So there's a chance that those big capacitors that are in there are probably leaking and so on and so forth. So most likely people know what they're going to buy if they're buying this thing, and know that by that time it's so old that you'd probably have to replace those capacitors. But anyway, but it does work. So I got this for $6.50. It was white label at $12.99. So I got it for $6.50. And I'll show you the comps here. They will go, I can probably get about a C note for it, or $100 for it. So that was a real good buy. Okay, next I have this right here. This is pretty cool. I'm sure you probably all recognize that, any of you over 40 years old. Anyway, so it's a Radio Shack, AM/FM stereo. It's also a shortwave radio, a cassette player, as you can see here. Also, it has a synchronized receiver. There's quite a bit of stuff going in this, and guess what? It actually works. Right here, fortunately, I'm saying fortunately, even though it broke off, or it is broke, the very, very tip of that antenna busted. I mean, just the tip. So this whole thing still pulls completely out, and works, as you can hear, just fine. So let's put this back down. And it also has one other problem, and that is it has, I'm going to turn this off, it has the belt missing on the cassette player. And I'm finding by looking at these online that I would say 95% of them all have the belt missing or that needs to be replaced. I could do it, but nah, it's not worth it. Plus the intricacy of taking this thing apart and putting the belt on, even though it's so simple, it's just the time consuming, you know, let somebody else do it. You know, it's still a unique piece. It's pretty old. They put white paint on the buttons. I'm assuming they're probably about as blind as I am, as you can see here, so that they can tell what side of the button to push and so on. But in all, like I said, it's a, there you go, that'll open up for you. And all the buttons do work. I can't tell you if they turn because, well, I can tell it turns when I hit fast forward, and I have to kind of hold the deal down inside the tab to let me push these buttons, and I don't want to do that right now. But I can see it turning in there, it's just there's no belt on it. So, in all, this is a really cool unit. I do not have the 6-volt transformer. So right now I've got it running on D batteries. So that's a good test too. That way you know it's running good. On the side here, you've got your shortwave switches and for your shortwave radio, AM, FM selection, and your synchronize and an EQ button, low and high, which is really nothing. This is your fine tune right here to go from channel to channel, and your volume. On the other side are your inputs and your outputs. Here's the inputs. Here's power down here, and a few other things right here. So anyway, this is a pretty groovy find, I think. So I'll put the comps up, but that cost me $7.99. I paid full price for that. Hey people, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. It turns out that the video is a bit too long, so I'm going to go ahead and split it up into 2 parts. This being part 1, and part 2 we'll pick up where we left off. I'm outside this morning. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. It's a gorgeous day, so I decided to go ahead and end this first part out here. So I appreciate you guys checking in and watching the video. Oh,
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's my wife Linda. She's pretty groovy. I'm Gonna go ahead though and end it here. I appreciate you guys watching, and make sure you come back for part 2. And don't forget to subscribe, yeah? And we'll be seeing you in the next video.